Pop quiz. Which of these was not created in Ireland? Leprechauns, St. Patrick's Day parades, the Celtic cross, or Jacksepticeye? Okay, you ready for the answer? St. Patrick's Day parades. Now, the first St. Patrick's Day parade happened in March of 1601. The residents of St. Augustine, Florida, paraded through the town streets in honor of St. Patrick, who was the protector of the city's maize fields. In 1737, you had Irish immigrants living in Boston, gathering for a parade and celebrations of their beloved saint of Ireland. You also had another parade happening in 1762 in New York by Irish who immigrated to the American colonies. It wasn't until 1903 that the beloved home of St. Patrick held its first St. Patrick's Day parade. Ireland held its first parade in Waterford in 1903, almost 300 years after St. Augustine. Now, you may ask, how can this happen since St. Patrick's Day is an official holiday in Ireland, but not in North America? On the surface, it makes as much sense as the Japanese celebrating Christmas by eating fast food created by a guy born and raised in Indiana. Feast of St. Patrick is a holiday held on March 17th, which is the traditional day of St. Paddy's death, which happened around 421 AD. St. Patrick is the patron saint of Ireland, so the feast was started in the 17th century to celebrate the saint who helped unite Ireland with Christianity by converting the Irish pagans. Or it could be because snakes are creepy and he drove them out of Ireland, allegedly. Since 1800, over 10 million Irish have left Ireland for other countries. Primarily, they choose America as their new home. Now, in colonial times, not to be confused with the Clooney times, Irish came to the New World to find work and land, like other white people not named George Clooney. The biggest influx of Irish migrants came in the mid to late 1800s. That generation also came for a better life, and by that I mean they didn't want to starve to death. The famous potato famine hit Ireland in the mid-1800s. From 1844 until 1855, an estimated 1 million Irish died from starvation. This was because of a lack of food and policies from their English rulers at the time. To escape the famine, around 2.1 million Irish left their homeland to find food in a new country. The majority headed to America. For the Irish who left their homeland either to seek a better life or escape starvation from famine, St. Paddy's Day is more than just a party. It's a time for Irish immigrants and their descendants to gather together and celebrate their ancestral homeland and the community left behind. As the years passed, it also became a time to celebrate the positive contributions that Irish immigrants have made to their home countries and communities. For some Irish, St. Paddy's Day is a lot different than Americans, who mostly are looking for a good time while dressing in oversized green glasses. Since Catholics made an official feast day back in the early 17th century, some followers of Jesus treat the day as a religious day of reflection, so they go to Mass and wear a shamrock on their lapel. Before the 1960s, Irish pubs were actually closed on the holiday. So after church, people would go home and spend time with friends or family, either go to a parade or holiday football matches. Now, once alcohol was allowed to be sold, well, crowds would gather at their local pubs for a St. Paddy's Day celebration. There was also a week-long celebration of Gaelic and Irish culture. The Irish language was almost wiped out when the English turned Ireland into a colony around the 13th century. They ruled until Irish independence in around the 1900s. For the Irish, St. Paddy's Day is closer to America's 4th of July and Thanksgiving combined. This is why the use of green and wearing a shamrock became associated with St. Patrick. During the 1798 Irish Rebellion, the Irish rebels wore green and a shamrock to show their allegiance to Ireland. Of course, it was rumored that the English occupiers didn't like that and decided to unalive anyone who wore those, allegedly. You probably didn't expect a video talking about leprechauns, green-colored fermented barley beverages, and shamrock shakes to get so serious. Well, let's lighten the tone and talk about what most humans care about. Party time. To sum up the celebration in America, you could use one word all humans like: party. On St. Paddy's Day, Americans like to celebrate their friends family and 5% Irish DNA by attending parades. And some like to go to the local Irish-themed bar or pub at 9 a.m. and spend all day drinking beverages made out of fermented barley and hops. They also wear green clothing, cheap plastic accessories, and dye most of their fluids green, talking about rivers, fountains, milkshakes, and other beverages. Oh, and there are also larger groups that confuse St. Patty's Day with St. Patty's Day, and confuse a four-leaf clover for a shamrock. If you're a North American human, when celebrating St. Patrick's Day, raise a glass in honor of St. Patrick, Ireland, and Irish immigrants who came to the New World, worked hard, and helped inspire this awesome show.